Today I'm going to show you how to make turmeric tea, one with fresh spices and the other with dry spices. The recipe is quite simple, it has very few ingredients, and this tea can help you in improved digestion, it fights inflammation, boosts your immunity and helps you stay fit and healthy. This video is not just about making tea, which is actually quite straightforward. We'll also be getting into some common questions people have on turmeric. My name is Shrikant Singh and welcome to our channel Happy Bellyfish. And here is my inspiration, my main motivator, my teacher, and before everything else, my mother, Sheila Singh. She's a modified soul in front of the camera, so she'll be doing most of the talking with her hands. She will show us how to use the traditional mortar and pestle with which you can make the paste in the traditional way. Let's make the tea with the fresh ingredients, and the recipes all over the internet that are more or less the same. But if you are a busy person and want to make this tea with fresh ingredients every day, then peeling and cutting or crushing the turmeric and ginger can be a very demotivating task. And you also do not want to have stained hands every day. So here is what I do. I always have a small amount of the paste of turmeric and ginger in my refrigerator prepared, and I use it to make the tea every day first thing in the morning. To make this tea, take about 500 ml of water in saucepan. It should give you 2 small cups of this tea. Put an inch of cinnamon stick, 1 star anise if you like, a quarter teaspoon of crushed black pepper. Bring the water to boil now and add half a teaspoon of turmeric paste. Add half a teaspoon of ginger paste and let it boil for 2 to 3 minutes. Turn off the heat and allow the ingredients to steep in water for a few minutes. Pour the tea in your favorite cup and add half a teaspoon of honey or any other sweetener that you like, and a little bit of lemon juice and a pinch of unrefined salt to alkalize this drink. And your bright and full of goodness turmeric tea is ready. That's how simple it is to make. Now you can call it a tea or just turmeric water. They're both the same. But you can have this warm cup of tea at any time of the day as the first drink in the morning, or if you're having a weak digestion and you know about it, and ideally before meals. Now, turmeric and curcumin in it offers a wide range of health benefits, including one of the most pressing topics of today's time, weight loss. It helps you regulate your metabolism and it will help you digest the food better. Now you may ask, can't I make this tea with sliced ginger and turmeric? Yes, you can, but would you make it if you have to do it every day? So making a paste does two things. It makes the tea stronger in flavor and it speeds up the process with very little effort. You do not have to wait until the goodness of turmeric and ginger steeps into the water. Spices like cinnamon and star anise are completely optional, like I've said before. And if you do not have them, don't let it stop you from making this wonderful tea. So how do you make this paste at home? You can use a spice blender, a stab mixer, a grater, or a mortar and pestle. But you get the best results when you use a mortar and pestle, and especially that looks something like this. If you have never seen a mortar and pestle like this, the flat ones, then you can use the ones that you normally have. Once you have made the paste, I will show you how to make the tea with dry turmeric and ginger. Wash and peel the turmeric and cut them into pieces. Peeling the skin is optional, but I find that it removes the chances of soil contamination into the food and it gives a brighter appearance to the tea. You need to add a very little amount of water if necessary. And if you are using an electric blender, then you will have to blend it in short pulses and also bring the ingredients back together as they will scatter when you blend. Now in the same way, wash and peel the ginger, cut them into smaller pieces and make a fine paste out of it. This is a much more tiring process, but it is very satisfying. You can see that we have added almost negligible amount of water and the paste is so thick that I can just turn the plate over and it still wouldn't fall. Using little to no water will increase the shelf life of turmeric and ginger paste. The flavor and aroma of the paste that you make with mortar and pestle is also superior to the one that you make in a blender. Beyond 10 days, before you use them, make sure you check that they have not developed any yeast or mold on the top. If that happens, you will have to discard them. In this tea, adding sweetener is optional, but it makes the tea more enjoyable. The sweetener can be honey or jaggery or even refined sugar. rock sugar, or maple syrup. It is up to you what you choose. Nothing is more poisonous than our minds. So that was your recipe for basic turmeric tea made with fresh ingredients. Now, the most talked about topic is the bioavailability of curcumin. Curcumin is not easily absorbed by our body. The bioavailability of curcumin here in this tea is increased by adding black pepper and by consuming it warm. Optionally, you can also add a teaspoon of coconut oil or ghee. Bioavailability, if you're wondering what it is the ability of a drug or a compound to be absorbed and used by the body. The healing properties of turmeric is attributed to curcumin, one of the compounds found in it, and its absorption is greatly increased when you take it together with black pepper. The tiny amount of piperine from black pepper increases the absorption of curcumin by 2000%. But the biggest hurdle here in making this tea is the availability of fresh turmeric. Most people, including me, do not find it easily available in the markets throughout the year. So can this tea be made with turmeric powder and ginger powder? Yes, absolutely. And these dry ingredients have a shelf life of over a year if stored properly. So here's your ginger powder and here's your turmeric powder. And we will make the tea in the same way like we made with the fresh ingredients. So boil 500 ml of water in a saucepan. Add cinnamon and star anise if you wish to, it's optional. And when the water comes to a boil, add half a teaspoon of turmeric powder and half a teaspoon of ginger powder and a quarter teaspoon of ground black pepper. Pour this tea into your glass or your favorite cup. Add some sweetener and lemon juice and optionally some salt, and your turmeric tea with dry ingredients is ready. Fresh turmeric is considered to be more potent than dry turmeric. There is a certain amount of curcumin that is lost during the processing, but it does not mean that it is inferior. If you choose the right type of turmeric, you will get the curcumin that you need. So do not think that your dried spices are worthless when it comes to the therapeutic use. Now, is half a teaspoon of turmeric enough for this tea? In terms of taste, yes. Otherwise, the tea will taste very bitter. Another factor to consider is in how many ways you take turmeric as a spice. Are you cooking all your meals with turmeric, and are you taking any other curcumin supplements? So this tea can complement your other intakes of turmeric. I'm very cautious about adding too much turmeric in the tea. My everyday meal from breakfast to dinner has some amount of turmeric in it. So you need to take a look at what you eat every day and decide if you wish to add more. But the recommended limit on the amount of turmeric one must take is between 500 milligrams to 2000 milligrams. 2000 milligrams is roughly 1 teaspoon for an adult, be it fresh or dry. This tea tastes quite pleasant to drink, but if you dislike the taste of it even after a couple of tries, and if it makes you feel not so good, then perhaps your body and mind are disagreeing with it, and maybe this tea is not for you. You may want to explore other more enjoyable recipes. Sometimes you might have to take more amount of turmeric than the ones that is recommended. So that is when you're recovering from injury or fever, cold or cough, or when we have body ache. This is when you take turmeric in slightly larger quantity, but for a very short period of time, like 2 or 3 days. If the tea is very strong, then the turmeric can cause diarrhea, it can inhibit iron absorption in the body, and can even give you nausea. So don't make it your everyday habit to have wild amounts of turmeric so that you can just feel like, the strongest person ever. I have made other recipes with turmeric such as turmeric shot, turmeric milk and turmeric pickle. You can check the links in the description below. And if you wish to support our work, then please like the video and subscribe to our channel. Now let's learn if the turmeric that you're getting from the market is as good as you think. Not all turmerics that you get in the stores are the same. There are about 30 plus varieties of turmeric that are commercially grown in India, and there are many more wild varieties of it that are even unknown to most of us. They vary in the amount of curcumin they contain. Some may have around 3% curcumin and some may have 9%. Turmeric has different applications, from cosmetics to food colorants and medicine. So curcumin is not the only factor that decides which variety of turmeric a farmer has to grow. But if you are after the only compound curcumin, then Lakadong turmeric, which grows mainly in the northeastern state of Meghalaya in India, is one of your best options. This is where another lesser known wild and rare variety of turmeric known as black turmeric is grown. The yellow turmeric that we use is called Curcuma longa, and the black turmeric is Curcuma cassia. It is actually bluish when you cut it open, and it has a camphor-like smell and a bitter taste. And apart from curcumin, it also has other compounds that are unique to it and is mainly used as a medicinal herb. This turmeric contains the highest amount of curcumin, and it is more expensive than the yellow turmeric. If you boil this black turmeric, you will notice that inside has changed into a cream color. So when you buy dried black turmeric, you will get this cream color powder. It's always good to know this fact so that you don't wonder, why isn't my black turmeric black? With this black turmeric, you can make the same turmeric tea, add it to your turmeric milk, or even make pickles with the fresh black turmeric. The difference will be in the color and the taste, but it is still refreshing. Now this is a part that I had always wanted to show you. How does the fresh turmeric become ground turmeric? And I'm going to show you only the main steps on a tiny scale how it is done. After the fresh turmeric is harvested, washed and cleaned, it is then steamed or boiled in water for a very long time. At home, you boil it for about 20 minutes. This gelatinizes the starch in turmeric and makes the color spread uniformly across the rhizome. It also makes the color appear brighter. This boiled turmeric is then sun-dried for a few days, and this is what you get, the dried turmeric. It is very hard, it has no water content, and it has an average shelf life that is greater than the powdered turmeric. These dried turmeric are then crushed into a fine powder either in a mortar and pestle or in a blender at home, and at an industrial scale, spices are ground using cryogenic grinders. The same dried turmeric can also be soaked in water overnight and then ground into paste. So if you are someone who harvests turmeric at home or in your garden, then this is one of the things that you can do so that you can keep the turmeric for a very long time. The most important thing to know though is that curcumin is a compound in turmeric. There are also other beneficial compounds and lipids that turmeric has. So a curcumin supplement, which is an extract, cannot be compared to whole turmeric. And when we talk about the recommended dosage of 500 milligram to 2000 milligrams of turmeric per day, it does not mean 2000 milligrams of curcumin per day. The moment you have extracted curcumin, it has been taken out of its natural matrix. So the amount and the way in which you take turmeric and curcumin supplements differ. I hope you will make this tea and make it your daily habit, heal from it and improve your health. Thank you, and I will see you soon in another video.